Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. These are the Soundcore frames. They're Bluetooth headphones built into sunglasses. Now, I've been using these for the last couple months, and the question that I had when I first started using them was, what's the point when you could just use Bluetooth earbuds? But I've been pretty impressed so far, so let's talk about it. This is NOISO, and this is the Soundcore frames review. The Soundcore frames are a relatively basic pair of sunglasses. They are relatively thick on the sides, which makes sense because they have to make room for the battery, Bluetooth modules, and the speakers. But otherwise, they are relatively tame in the design. Now, I've got the pretty typical Wayfarer style sunglasses here, which is one of the many different options that you have. I think this personally looks the best, but I'll try on the others as we talk through it. Now, to be honest, I've never really invested that much in sunglasses. I've maybe bought a $100 pair at the most, but those I probably ended up losing at some point in time. Really, I don't like spending a lot on sunglasses because often I lose them and I never really feel the additional benefit other than looking cooler. Now, there are some people that are willing to spend $300, $400 on a nice pair of Oakleys, but I've never really gotten there. These are $200, which seems like a steep starting price, but for that price, you're getting a relatively decent pair of sunglasses, as well as the speakers and the smart functionality. Now, in my experience, the smart functionality is pretty good. The sound quality is decent, if not incredible. Obviously, you're not going to get much noise isolation, considering you can't actually stuff these in your ears the same way that you would a small pair of earbuds. But the impressive thing is, when I was listening to these, I was surprised that not a lot of people around me could actually listen to what I was hearing unless I turned up the volume substantially. So quite often, if I was in a relatively loud park or bar or anything like that, yes, I wore these in a bar once, I was surprised that I could actually hear the music, but the people around me couldn't hear the music I was listening to. It's almost nice because it allowed me to have some background music throughout the day. The problem with earbuds is they're a little bit too obvious, and they're a little bit too kind of standoffish. If you're wearing earbuds, you're indicating to people that you don't want to be talked to. Unlike most earbuds, these don't really give off a vibe that you don't want to talk to people, quite the opposite. You can listen to what they have to say as long as you turn the volume down to a reasonable level. Then you've got a constant stream of background music, and it's very low effort. When you're kind of walking throughout your day, all you have to do is throw on your sunglasses while you're outside, and you can listen to music without having to actively put in earbuds. It's just a little bit less of a step. In terms of audio controls, there's a little Soundcore logo on either side of the earbuds that allow you to double tap in order to play pause and then swipe to skip tracks. You can customize these, so right now I've got the double tap for play pause, and then I've got a volume control on the left and skipping tracks on the right. It's a nice feature to have, even if it can be a little bit finicky at times. It's a little bit inconsistent. Let's try on some of these other options. Now, when you fold it up, it is still relatively bulky. They offer this leather case, but you can see the case is wedge-shaped and still takes up a lot of space. I wish they could fold up to a little bit smaller footprint, but ironically, I think what keeps them from folding to a smaller footprint is the fact that they are kind of detachable and modular. There we go. The frames are completely changeable, whereas the actual kind of ear loops are kind of the smart part of the whole equation. Here's a more typical aviator style, which I don't love because it sits pretty far forward on the face. And again, like I said, there's not a color match between the frames and the ear clips themselves. There's a lot of other options here, including glasses options, but I'm not sure whether you can actually get prescription lenses without actually going and having someone custom make them. These frames come for $50 each, which is not a bad price point considering you can kind of change the style of your sunglasses. I think it's reasonable generally if you want to pay for a nice pair of sunglasses, but obviously if you're like me, you could get an entire pair of sunglasses for less than $50. The pricing makes relative sense considering you are getting a experience in addition, and frankly, I actually like the idea of paying $200 for a pair of sunglasses that actually gets you more than just a nice pair of sunglasses. In terms of actually blocking out light, they are relatively bright, and so they don't block up as much light as a lot of the other pairs of sunglasses that I've had, but they are heavily polarized, so just looking at the screen right now on my camera, I can't see a thing unless I kind of tilt my head sideways. Thanks for watching InnoISO. I hope you liked this quick review of the Soundcore frames. If you did, be sure to let me know down in the comments and get subscribed for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.